Often happens. Recognize 7 signs of husband cheating through cell phone. Happens seeker present. Infidelity can happen anywhere, even through handphone. Therefore, it is important to know the characteristics of a cheating husband via handphone, which is usually shown by odd behavior. As technology develops, the opportunity to have an affair becomes easier. No need to meet in person. Someone can commit infidelity only through the applications they have on handphone. If this is the case, we must be more sensitive in reading the situation, in order not to be easily lied to by your husband. Here are some of the signs of a cheating husband via handphone that most often occur. Detect it early before it's too late.
Number 1. Husband is so protective of handphone.
In this digital era, having a handphone has become an obligation. Handphone is nitrogen monoxide longer a lifestyle, but a necessity. Imagine how our life would be without a handphone, of course. Various aspects of life would be difficult to fulfill. For boomers, the use of handphone is usually not as frequent as those who are millennials or Gen Z. A husband should be suspicious if he is suddenly so protective of his cell phone, whereas before, he did not often play cell phones. These are the signs of a husband cheating via handphone that wives need to be aware of. Husbands who suddenly become protective of their cell phones will not allow their wives to access their cell phones. Even the cell phone is given a password.
Number 2. There's an unfamiliar name in his contact list.
One of the uses of a cell phone is to contact the closest people, whether it's family or friends. However, what happens if there is secretly an unfamiliar name on the husband's contact list? This could be an example of cheating via handphone that your wife hasn't realized yet. When your husband receives a message from someone you've never heard of before, you should be suspicious. As a wife, you need to pay attention to the new name. It's not impossible that the person behind it is a woman your husband is secretly dating. You can tell if your husband is lying or not by asking him directly. If his demeanor is suspicious when answering your questions or are even trying to change the subject, maybe your hunch is right. Number 8. Staying away when someone calls. How can you get rid of suspicion of your husband? If his behavior is so strange, even though they don't have strong evidence, wives can know the characteristics of a cheating husband through handphone by paying attention to what his behavior is like when he picks up the phone. Picking up the phone from a common friend certainly does not need to stay away from the wife, unless the situation around is busy. However, when the husband even moves away from his wife when someone calls him, the wife should be suspicious. Signs of a cheating husband are usually shown through characteristics like this. He even lowered his speaking voice, which further added to the suspicions of the wives.
Number 4. Call and message history is always empty.
Every handphone must have a list of call history and text messages. Users usually leave their call and message history alone without deleting it until it continues to accumulate. Well, If a husband who is ignorant of things like this but suddenly often clears the history of calls and SMS messages he receives, the wife must be vigilant. This could be a sign of a cheating husband. Husbands who secretly cheat on their phones tend to delete their call and text message history regularly to prevent unwanted things like their wives checking their phones. They realize that when their wives become suspicious of their husbands, they will start checking their husbands' phones for evidence of infidelity. Number E. More than one cell phone. The reason why wives are always suspicious of their husbands is usually because of their strange behavior when playing handphone. However, most wives are not aware that having more than one cell phone is also a sign of a husband having an affair. Yes, there is actually nothing wrong with having more than one cell phone, especially if the husband has high mobility. However, if there is nitrogen monoxide particular urgency that requires him to have another cell phone, wives should be wary. It could be that the husband is using his new cell phone to contact his mistress. Conversely, he uses the old cell phone for daily activities. The husband's goal of separating the designation of these two cell phones is one of them to outwit his wife so that they find it difficult to find evidence of infidelity on Handphone.
Number 6. Carrying Handphone everywhere.
When he's at home, his husband is always holding his cell phone. When asked, the reason must not be far away because he is waiting for a call from a friend or client. Once or twice may be reasonable, but if it has become a habit, the wife must be suspicious because this could be a sign of a cheating and lying husband. It wasn't friends or clients he was waiting for, but his mistress. For fear of being caught, the husband always holds his cell phone everywhere, even while taking a shower.
Number 7. Smiling to yourself while playing Handphone.
When you're in a bad mood, playing Handphone is one of the quickest solutions. The variety of content available on social media can be an entertainment in itself. We often smile to ourselves when we see the content we like. Your husband is not an active person on social media, but often smiles to himself when playing Handphone. It is not impossible that he is chatting with his mistress. Getting a message from someone you like certainly makes your heart swell without realizing it. We also smile to ourselves when we read it. Obviously, this indicates that your husband is cheating on you through Handphone if he often smiles while staring at his cell phone screen. When you reprimand him, he will usually make a mistake. Hopefully, this information can provide positive benefits for all of you. Thank you for watching this video. Best wishes for success to me, you and all of us.